Welcome to the first episode of No Shoulds Given, the cost of living the should life. Now, quick disclaimer, we are not suggesting or recommending that you quit your job, leave your husband, put your kids up for adoption and ditch all of those shoulds in one go. But we will always champion you taking up more space and putting your needs higher up the list. So, what is the should life, Lisa?
It's the things that we're constantly telling ourselves. So I should be earning more, should be able to juggle things better. I should be as successful as X, Y, and Z on Instagram or Facebook. I should be at every school event, practice, match. Maybe I should be thinner. Maybe you should be married. Maybe you should have children. Maybe you should be more confident. It's that comparison, the doubt, all of the things.
We could list so many more, couldn't we? We
Yeah.
could literally go on all day. But let's break them down a little bit. This one for me, like the biggest one, the cost of your identity, becoming who everyone else needs, rather than who you want to be. Or who you are, not who you want to be, who you actually are.
I mean, it's a deep one, isn't it? Because let's face it, we've spent our whole childhood being exactly who our parents want us to be. Being the good girl, always behaving, knowing your manners, blah, blah. Don't get me wrong, obviously, some of those things are brilliant. Like, we should have manners. We should respect other people, not necessarily just your elders, just people in general. But equally, that not speaking unless you're spoken to, being muted, not allowing to have your own opinion, your thoughts, your own feelings. It's that kind of thing that has been the problem, hasn't it? As kids that grew up in the 80s and 90s, it was just a way of being, wasn't it? And that has cost us our identity. That has cost us to hit our 40s and think, shit, who the hell am I? Like, what?
That's where it starts. And then you get a job, you perform a certain way because you should.
Mm-hmm.
Don't argue back,
Work
blah,
hard,
blah, blah. Work hard.
your worth.
Stay in a job that maybe is killing your soul but pays the bills.
Should just be happy.
Yeah, be grateful for what you've got, and then you become a mum, and then there's a whole nother level of should, like everybody else's needs and feelings, and become a priority.
Yeah.
And you do forget who you are.
Yeah.
Or maybe not forget, you lose confidence to be that person. You start to believe that those desires and wants and that ambition that you had in your 20s were fleeting, and you've kind of outgrown that now, and this is who you should just be
And that's
in
the thing, though.
service of other people.
Have you actually outgrown it, or are you expected to not be that anymore? And that's the difference. Because I remember having children, and I'll be completely and utterly honest here. I'm not the most maternal person in the whole entire world. I absolutely love my kids to pieces. I adore them. I would die for them. Did I want to hang around with other mums and talk about how many nappies I've changed and how many bottles they've taken? No, I don't. Sorry. Do I want to go out with my friends when you've had children and just talk about kids all night? No, I don't. So, but that's almost the expectation. Like, you kind of find yourself in these circles of people. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with people who do behave like that, who do want to have those conversations. That, everybody each to their own. But what I found really difficult is that I shouldn't have a craving of wanting to be back at work.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be feeling like I want to have adult conversation and be away from my kids. I shouldn't want to not talk about them 24 blinking 7. And I just wasn't that type of mum.
No, me
Just
either.
was.
I was never and never will be. Mine are older now, so thankfully they've grown out of this stage. But I'll never be arts and crafts mum. It's just
Oh
not
my
who
God.
I am.
Yeah. Don't get me started with that. My
Just
kids
not
could tell you some stories.
who I am, and I've tried, but I just don't have a tolerance for it.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that leads us on to the next one. Really, you lose the cost is your voice because you silence yourself to keep the peace
Try and fit in.
because yeah, to fit in, because it feels like everyone around you is the opposite, because
Mm.
nobody has really got the balls to say, oh, I don't want to be doing this, I don't really want to have this conversation, I want to be working, I want to be earning money, I want to be doing things for me. I don't want to be coming last. I don't want to have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning if I want to exercise
Mm.
and feel absolutely knackered and earn that right.
Yeah.
Um, but
And also, sorry.
yeah, I was just going to say, but you start to should yourself into you should just, it's just the way it is. You just be quiet.
Again, it's just trying to fit in, isn't it? And be a part of, especially because when you become a mum, you're trying to find new friends. And well, that happened to me anyway. Like, where some of my friends had already had kids, so there's quite a big gap between mine and theirs. And then I have the other side of my friends who hadn't had any, and it was kind of me on my own. Um, but equally, part of that is, what about when somebody's suffering with postnatal depression? You know, like we're talking about with the first one, I wanted to go back to work. In fact, I even more so wanted to go back with the second one. But I realised when I went back to work that I was suffering with postnatal depression. And actually, if we weren't so worried about who we're being and who trying to fit in with everybody and be this perfect mum and this perfect wife and the perfect house maid, I can't think of the word, but you know, like looking after the house and
Yeah,
keeping that all
yeah, yeah.
clean at the same time, and um, you know, what about, like you say, what about me? How about how I'm feeling, how this is affecting me? And again, it's like, you know, we were those mums who didn't really enjoy maternity leave in the way that many do, that we believe, because they might not be telling the truth. But equally, about what about those mums who can't say I'm not enjoying this because I'm really suffering. I've got postnatal depression, you know, I need help. Again, we just have to pretend like everything's perfect and we
Yeah,
just,
we should just breeze into this massive life change, and it's what women have done since the dawn of time,
yeah,
obviously, and everyone else has done it. Everyone else is doing it, so you should
mm,
be feeling better about this whole situation.
yeah, you should be enjoying it. You should be loving it. You should be breezing it, you know? And that, I think that goes on nicely to the next one. Is like, what about your dreams? You know? Be sensible with those dreams. Don't dream too big. You don't want to be disappointed. You know, you should be happy with what you've just got. You should just be grateful. Why can't you just be happy? No, because I dream big and I want big things, and I'm not necessarily talking about money, but who cares? Who cares if somebody wants £1 million? Why shouldn't they? Why does it matter if somebody wants to go and work for themselves and have an incredible business? Why should we just do what society has always told us we should do, and our parents? And I understand they were just trying to keep us safe, but you know, you leave school and you get a job and you stay there for the rest of your life to pay your mortgage and your bills and die, and that's your life. Genuinely, that's how I
Oh
see it.
God, I've
Honestly, I'm
got
just like,
goosebumps. My whole body is like,
I
no,
know, absolutely not. I
do
have got
not
the
want that
biggest
life.
dreams, the biggest dreams. And do you know what? Children, no children, marriage, no marriage, I don't care. These dreams live within me. So, you know, I want to make that happen. And I shouldn't have to forget about them and wait for another lifetime. Why do we
I
need to be
think,
sensible?
I think we should, that though, don't we? We should ourselves into that situation, because no one actually sits you down in the maternity ward when you have a baby and says, right, this is it now. The two can coexist.
Yeah.
But I think for all of those layers of conditioning and societal yada 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 that we could go into all of the science of it, which I absolutely love but I won't bore you with, we create that narrative.
Yes and no, because there are a lot
Yeah.
of, you know, expectations from other people. And I think that's really where it comes from. Like, even if you are in that maternity ward, you know, if you still have these desires and these dreams and this life that you want to build, and let's face it, we want to build this life not just for us. We want to teach our children the incredible life they can create for themselves, that they don't have to work a 9-to-5 job or even a 70-hour a week job just to pay bloody bills and die, you know. I want to lead by example for my kids to see that anything is possible in life. If you want it, if you dream it, you can have it. And it's just, like you say, we kind of put it on ourselves, but we also expect society to frown on us, you know, and for as soon as, like you're saying, on those maternity wards, that we should give it all up and put ourselves last. In fact, we're not even in the pecking order, are we? Let's face it. We're not in the pecking order for years, because that's what we should do as mums. And it's bollocks. I'm trying to keep this clean, but it is.
And it's exhausting. The cost is your energy, because you are surviving in a state that is just going through the motions.
Draining.
You know? It's draining. It doesn't light you up.
No. Headaches, the constant overthinking, worrying.
Yeah. And you don't realise that that is your body screaming at you that, like, you are trying to put a round peg in a square hole or a square peg in a round hole, whatever it is. You think, oh, it's just the way it is. Or worse, it's because I'm not very good.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at this stuff. I should be better. I should find this easier, or I should be able to juggle better. And actually, it's none of those things. It's because you are shrinking to a version of you that you don't want to be.
Mm-hmm. But you feel like you should be.
Yeah. And then I think that actually happens. Then you get to a point where the should changes.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know where that happened for me. I don't know at what point that should switched, and like that ambition and drive. I've always had it. I've always kind of been a bit of the black sheep and gone against the norm, and I've got a big risk appetite. So I've got to points in my life where I've gone, nah, not having this, and like blown it up. But I don't know where the real turning point was, where those shoulds, from putting everyone else first and me coming last, to I should be able to have what I want. I should be able to do stuff that lights me up. I should be able to put myself first. I should speak up for things that I believe in and to be heard. I don't know exactly when that happened. It's gradual, I think. And then you can't ignore it, and you have to take action. And then you end up on a podcast with your mate.
Well, I know exactly when it happened to me, because it literally hit me in the face like a bloody brick. And I just woke up one day and just thought, I'm not happy. I'm just not happy. And I can't explain why, but I'm not. And I remember saying to my husband, and he was like, why can't you just be happy? Why do you need to look for another job? Why do you need to? And I was like, I don't know. I'm just not happy. I love
Yeah.
you. I love the kids. I love our life. But there's something missing, and it's not small, it's huge. Like, I don't want to do a job that, like you say, kills my soul. I cannot be happy doing this forever. It cannot happen for me. And it didn't just feel like a job, but that was the first place to start. And it just hit me, like, honestly, like somebody just smacked me in the face, and I just woke up and I thought, I just can't live like this anymore. And it was hard. I can't lie. I feel like I went into a real black hole, lots of tears, but it was also really freeing. It's really bizarre.
Yeah.
It's not a pretty place to be, is it? When you realise that actually all these shoulds and everything you've given up your whole life, not just with having kids, just with society's expectations and conditioning as you grew up, and and you just think. I remember being 5 years old and thinking to myself, I'm here to save the world.
I love
I
this
didn't
so
know
much.
how. I
I
didn't know.
absolutely love
Yeah.
this.
And the thing is, I remember even in my 20s thinking, I'm not supposed to be doing this. And I loved my job in my early 20s. Absolutely loved it. But I was like, I know I'm not supposed to be working for somebody else. And know I'm supposed to be saving the world. And I'm like, how do I save the world? Like, even then I was trying to figure it out for like 20 years until I woke up that morning and went, enough is enough. I just don't want to do this anymore. So, yeah, I think you just hit a certain age, don't you? I think a lot of women, at least, hit a certain age, and all the shoulds go out the window, all the flying fucks go everywhere.
There's none left to give.
There's none left yet. And something has to change because we just don't feel happy. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. It's liberating.
It's
Um,
liberating, but it is absolutely terrifying, and it's the most humbling experience that you will possibly ever go through. And like you say, it is a big black dark hole.
it's lonely.
Oh, it's lonely as fuck, man.
Yeah, really
The
lonely.
last 2.5 years where I've been rebuilding Sarah version, whatever I'm on by now, um, it is really lonely.
But
Not everyone gets it. You feel like you feel alien almost because nothing
yeah.
fits. Like conversation, it is just boring. Like I don't. Small talk makes me want to vomit.
Oh my God, I'm the same.
I've
You
got
know,
no
when
tolerance for it
I'm
whatsoever.
exactly
It's
the
like, I don't
same.
care. You don't really care about what I'm in response. So why are you even
I
asking me?
know. Why
I
are we
haven't
having
got
this
time for this. I want
conversation?
to light the world up. I want
Yeah,
deep conversation. I want to know what keeps you up at night. I want to know
yeah,
what you're going to fucking do about it. Come
yeah.
on,
Oh
let's
my
get
God,
there.
yes. Let's stop talking about the kids in our 40s for Christ's sake. Like, come on. There's more to life, Let's show them that as well. I want to talk about the moon. I want to talk about science. I mean, who would have ever thought that, honestly? If you
I
knew me in
know.
school, that was like literally, oh, I mean, I passed it, but barely. I was like, why do I need to know about the planets? Now I'm all over it. Like, I just absolutely, like those deep conversations. And if I am out and I'm having these like small talk, oh my God, like literally, like you say, I mean, now I can learn to switch off. Before, it's like you've got creepy crawlies under your skin, and you're like, I just can't bear it. I can't bear it. I can't
I just want
bear
to
it.
set
I'm like,
myself
I'm
on
literally going
fire.
to scream.
I genuinely want to set myself on fire right there and
Yeah,
right there. It's so uncomfortable.
I
It's
know.
so like robotic.
Yeah.
Like
Do
this
you
is
know
what we
what?
should be doing. This is how interactions are. Like, and then
Oh,
I'm
do
gonna
you know
go
what?
away, and I'm gonna forget. I don't care enough about anything outside of me. Maybe that's a bit harsh, Sarah. I don't think everybody is that nasty, but
No, you're not being nasty. It's not that.
it's
Right. It's
just
not
it's just
that.
so surface level. It's so like we're conditioned that you just talk about the weather, you talk about your kids, you talk about what you're having for dinner. Like you're dead inside.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
I want to go away for the weekend, right? in a really nice cottage with a bunch of women drinking wine or tea, really don't care. Alcohol doesn't have to be involved. Let's sit in a hot tub under the moon, looking at the stars. Let's be talking about absolutely anything and everything. I want to talk about it all. Not your kids, though. Leave them at home.
Yeah,
By the
I
way,
don't want to know what you have.
I love kids and I love my friends' kids and I love my niece and nephew like they're my own. I still don't want to talk about them 24/7. Yeah, I want to talk about the deep stuff, the things that really matter, that light people up like a flaming beacon. That's what I want to know.
What are you
lights you up?
terrified of? Like, what scares
Yeah,
the living daylights out of
yeah,
you? When you can
yeah,
have that conversation with yourself, you will suddenly unshould a lot.
yeah, 100%. Well, you find yourself, don't you? Like you said, like earlier, it's who you've always been. But actually, sometimes some of us have never known who we are because I didn't. I knew at 5, never knew past that. And then all of a sudden, you start to ask yourself, who the fuck am I? Like, really, who am I? And that, genuinely, when I work with clients, that is the first place we always start. Who am I really? What lights me up? What makes me
Yeah.
cry? What makes me not sleep at night? All of those things. What lights me up? What makes me angry? What makes me passionate? Because the things you hate is just as important as the things that you love.
I
So
always start with why. Like, I work with female business owners who want to like strategize for growth, but don't want to get completely sucked into their business being their personality, and they want that balance. They want to have it all, and they can on their terms. But why? And 9 times out of 10, it takes a good hour to get to the why. It's I
for
want
my
to be on the school
children.
run. I want to do this and I want to do that, and it's
And it is
all in
important.
service of other people.
Yeah, but it's still
That's not
important.
It's important, but that's not what's gonna get you to where you want to go.
No, no. Because you being on the school run isn't necessarily just about the school run. It's having that freedom of choice to do the school run. It's that freedom of choice to go for a coffee with your best friend or your business bestie. It's that freedom to do whatever it is that you want to do within your business, within work, within life. That's what you want, not just to be on the school run, like you say, and be in service for my kids, so I'm
And
around for them all.
one of the things that strikes me about when we get to that question, or we start with that question, is no one has ever said, because I'm really fucking good at it.
Yeah, wow.
No one
Wow.
has made it about them.
Oh my, that's literally made me a little bit speechless. It's not even about it being about them, it's the fact that they're not even owning the fact that they're bloody good at it. Why do you do it? Because I'm bloody good, because I know what I bring to the table. Wow, that's
It's
mental.
always about
Other people.
other people.
Wowzers. So the other things going on from that, like if you were to put yourself first and really start to think about the joy that your time, having that permission to, live your life differently. It's all this shoulds, isn't it? About how I should be living my life, how I should be spending my time. Even if you're a business owner, even if you decide to take the leap like we have, oh yeah, but what should I be doing? What would it look like to the husband or to my friends or, well, you know what it's like, don't you? You think, I get text messages from you sometimes going, oh, well, this has happened and that's happened, or I'm not really feeling myself, but I know I should be working.
I
But the whole
know. And the
point of being
amount
a
of
business owner is
people,
you can be flexible and you can work whenever you want. It doesn't matter if you're working 5 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, or 9 o'clock at night. It doesn't matter. You get to work whenever you want, and that's the freedom of it.
I know, but
We
there's
still sit here and say, I should be doing
nine
what
to
I'm
five in
supposed
it,
to be
right?
doing. Yeah.
We should be working 9 to 5 because that's
Yeah.
what people expect, even when we run our own business.
Mm.
I am a 5 a.m.er. I
I am not a.
we are the opposite. We are
Yeah.
absolutely the opposite. You send me a message at 12:30 at night and I reply at 5 a.m.
That's fine.
and I've been in bed for 4 hours.
Yeah. But it
But
works for you and it works for
it
me, you
works.
know?
Yeah, exactly. Um, but if we both were like, oh, we should be working 9 to 5, our productivity, our impact, our creativity would not be the same.
No. And I don't want to be chained to a desk. If I don't want to be chained to a desk at an employer's, I definitely don't want to be chained to my
Absolutely.
own desk,
No,
you know?
that's why I love working 1 to 1 on an intensive day,
Mm,
because you just get away from all of these shoulds. You get away from your desk, you go somewhere nice, you get some nice food, and you dive into who you are, what you want to do, and how you're going to do it,
yeah.
away from all of that
And
shit.
guys, I can vouch that these CEO days are insanely incredible. So if you are a business owner and you need some guidance and some help, definitely, definitely, definitely get in touch with Sarah because they are incredible. You go somewhere bougie, she'll pay for your lunch, and she'll probably make you cry
I knew you were going to
in the
get that
best
in.
possible way.
Yeah.
Okay. In a good way, though.
It's,
But going back to the should part, do you know what the cruelest thing is? Is that even when, as women and men, but mainly women, um, you feel like you're doing everything right, you're doing everything that you should be doing, and you still feel so bloody empty inside. Something has to change. That's the time when you've got to open your eyes and think to yourself, what needs to change? And we're not saying that you have to bulldoze your whole bloody life. Like Sarah said earlier, don't need to divorce your husband unless you want to, unless
don't
you know,
blame us.
yeah,
Fucking
yeah,
hell.
yeah. Let's not abandon the kids though, because you love them really. You just need a little bit of time away from them, and that's absolutely fine. But we really, really do need to start prioritizing ourselves because when you feel that emptiness, there's nothing more lonely. Genuinely, life doesn't have to be like this. And I really can't wait to delve into some more of these episodes because we're going to unpack this stuff like you wouldn't believe.
Oh my god, we so are. So, next week, next episode even, let's see what we're talking about. Oh,
The
this
good
is going
girl
to be spicy. Yeah,
conditioning.
good
Spicy.
girl conditioning. So it is definitely going to be spicy. We are going to dive into that, layer more on what we've spoken about today. And it should be very good, but we would love to know what should you are going to ditch now.
Yeah. If anybody has
Yeah.
any questions they want to ask, then please feel free. The email address is in the show notes, so drop us an email. Well, thank you for being here for our first episode. We've loved
We've
it. We
had a
hope you have too.
great time.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Yes.